This is the 27th podcast episode we have done of 97.7 The Outlands, and it's been quite some time. This is season 13, episode number 1, it seems, and it's been about a year since not I no that's I think that's incorrect. I think it's been less than a year, but it was certainly last summer. Was the last time we did do a podcast, but happy to get into it. We're gonna be solo today. Just wanted to get the kind of the editing process down and actually make it a good show the best I can. But we will be bringing guests back in the future. Having creators from TikTok and from Twitch and all that on the show is something I really enjoyed as well. So if you have any folks that you want on the show, definitely send them my way, and I'd be happy to check them out and ask. At least that's the very least I can do. I can ask. But in terms of this show, we're gonna have one episode guaranteed per week. If I find time to make a second episode, or if something crazy goes down, we'll probably have another episode. But you can guarantee one episode each Friday for this podcast. If we have a guest on, it's going to be probably like an hour show. If we don't, it's probably going to be like 30 minutes. That's my hope. I do ramble. I do just love the sound of my voice, apparently. So, but let's get into the actual show here. So Newcastle has been out for like 25 days, 2 weeks and a bit, 2.5 weeks. Yo, Milkman, gold mine. Oh my gosh, dude. That's right off the top of the show, bro. Damn, thank you, bro. That's insane. I have never got a gold mine before. Jeez, you popping again, bro. Hi, Denim. How's it going? Jeez, you're a crazy person, Milkman. Thank you, bro. So with Newcastle being out for like 2.5 weeks, I feel like I have gotten a pretty good idea of how I feel about the character, and I don't think it's like that overly, he's not OP or anything. Not OP or anything at all. Wayne, 1.5k likes by yourself, dude. Jeez, you're popping as well. Thanks for the likes, guys. I saw Brayman also sending likes there. 2.6k already. That's insane. But I don't know about you guys, but I certainly don't think Newcastle is OP in any sense of the word. I think there's a lot of players that put themselves in some really bad situations with Newcastle. And Milkman, you're not distracting anyone, bro. This is all part of the show. Thank you, bro. But I don't think he's OP at all. I think he's probably like middle of the tier, maybe like bottom A, if the highest I'd put him is probably bottom A. Sub disaster. But that being said, I think that he's one of those characters that really, if a talented player, like Aberlele, who's grinding ranked with Newcastle currently, I still believe, you can kind of see how OP this character can get when played correctly. It's literally like Gibby on steroids. You can do insane things with him. So I don't think he's going to get nerfed or anything like that. I would not be surprised he just doesn't get touched at all in the next update. I think he's going to be pretty good. Disaster, do you have 1,000 followers? Sorry, bro. I could interview you in the comments, but TikTok Live doesn't let you go live without 1,000. The podcast would be a lot better if they got rid of that rule. I can tell you that much. But one day, my friend, one day. Speaking of Newcastle, I decided to take a look at the race for the number 1 Newcastle, and it's pretty heated. There's quite a big gap, among the number 1 and number 2 are pretty far ahead of 3, 4, and 5, but the race for number 3 Newcastle is heating up for sure. So in number 5, we have Zainu, I think, with 7,300 kills already. In number 4, we have Shard FB with 7,600 kills. And the weird thing about his grind is that he has one win. I'm not sure what he's exactly doing, but he has one win on Newcastle and 76 kills. Milkman, what is that? A gaming chair! Bro, you're going crazy. What's up, Mythic? Milkman, you can go live at 700? Oh my gosh. They wanted the milk content. I feel like the podcast would be easier for guests to hop on Discord and talk. It sometimes is. My setup is pretty janky. What I really like about Twitch, or about TikTok rather, is it records it all for me. So I'm just able to just download it on my end. Hopefully it's not lagging. Hopefully not. Yeah. I guess we got Dante in number 3, as we were doing the Newcastle thing. 79-48, 100 kills. So very, very close race for number 3, Newcastle. Il Spooky in number 2 really took off here. He's got 11,429 kills. And then the number 1 Newcastle currently has 13,504 kills. And it's from Blia. I think I've actually seen a 14,000 kills screenshot as well. So he's even past that. I don't know how many kills this guy's got in a day. 25 days across. He's getting like 500 kills a day. More than that. The rain's messing it up? It's probably going to rain near me soon, too. Joey, thank you for the likes, dude. You're cranky. Milkman 2. 4.7k. You guys are insane. But yeah, 13,504 kills. I don't have that many kills on one legend at all. Moving on, we have the new rank system. We haven't got a chance to talk about. This is the first podcast since the new rank system got implemented, and honestly, it's very, very difficult. It's a lot more difficult than the previous rank split. A lot more punching. If you're a solo player, you might have a difficult time ranking up. And it's also really punishing for deaths off rip. It doesn't matter if you have 6 kills, but if you die in 15th place, you're going home with like a negative 50. So really, really punishing, but it has also kind of really made it very, very clear who the best players are at this game. There's only at this point, as of recording on June 2nd, I think it is. On June 2nd, there's 872 Masters. And Masters and Predators. So 750 top Predators. That leaves, 120 Masters players right now. And the Masters players that are in Masters right now are basically like 2 wins outside of Predator. So it's really, really bunched up. And it's clear that it's like actually going to be a race, right? There's a very, very clear distinction between a Diamond 4 player and a player that's stuck at Diamond, and then a player that's able to gain RP in Masters and then challenge for Predator. There was literally on PC, there's 97,000 Masters and Predators. Obviously, 750 Predators still, so that means 96,350, 250. Quick maths. That's a lot of Masters players, right? So I think this rank system is created a lot of difficult conversations, I think. But overall, if you see a Masters trail in season 13, I will shit my pants. I don't know about you, but it means something again, I think. And not to put anybody down. Obviously, I was not good enough to get Masters last season, and that's certainly not I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but a lot of Masters, 97,000, 96,000. But this time, it's probably like, if I had to guess, Brayman sent a gaming pad. Bro, thank you, dude. And a lollipop. Dude, thank you, bro. You've been cranking likes as well. 6K. And it was balloons. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Let's go. I love the TikTok. Like, they always make, like, I guess that's the point, making them fun to give, but I love TikTok gives. They're so much more fun than Twitch ones. Alright, so if I had to guess, my last point on the ranking system, if I had to guess how many Masters and Pred players there will be at the end of the split, like, it probably feels like probably less than 1,500. Maybe more than that. Maybe like 2,000 to 3,000 Masters and Preds. Like, there's not going to be very many of them, which is a cool thing. Because I will shit my pants if I see a Masters trail in season 14. All right, so kind of a little bit of, I guess this is kind of like a side point to what's happening in ranked. But pubs have become very, very sweaty for a lot of people recently, because there's a lot of 3 stacks that were, grinding Masters, grinding to Diamond, who have quit and then are now playing pubs, which makes it a lot more sweaty and a lot more difficult in general. I saw early on, I saw a lot of like screenshots, and like, literally everything you see is Masters trails. And it's a similar experience in my pubs. My pubs have gotten a lot harder recently. But I think that's kind of cool. Like, I like playing against good players, but a lot of players, I think the ranked participation level, I think this season would have dipped a lot. I don't think a ton of people are playing ranked anymore, because you really have to grind it. But moving on, it does appear the Xbox lobby crashing bug has been fixed. It took a while. They had like 2 fixes, but I haven't seen any chatter about this anywhere. I haven't experienced it at all in my games. I don't know. I think it's gone. So we're gonna just move on, knock on wood, and keep our fingers crossed that that thing just goes away forever. Loba's bracelet, still a little bit wonky. It works really well on Olympus. I didn't have any issues at once. And then Stormpoint, it's like kind of hit or miss whether or not it's going to work. It was a lot better in recent days. Like, I hadn't had that many issues. But on World's Edge, completely busted. It doesn't work. And it was kind of funny. Last night I was playing, and the bracelet was like working. It was working fine. I think we're on Stormpoint. It was working fine. No issues. Milkman gets the issues on the limp. Oh, really? I didn't have any issues. Maybe I was just throwing at different spots. But on Stormpoint, I was just throwing it, no problem. Had no issues the entire game. And then I get into a situation where I need to throw my bracelet, or I'm gonna literally die, and it just doesn't work, and I die anyways. the only time it doesn't work is when I actually need it. World's Edge broken, Stormpoint broken as well. Damn. Yeah, we've been having bad experience. I've been trying to like figure out like if I can like do something differently, like if I like drop the bracelet a little bit sooner, or if I throw it in a certain spot, like will it work? But I haven't really been able to figure that out. Moving on. One of the things that I've kind of been interested to see is kind of, I wouldn't really say the fall of Apex Mobile, but like I haven't heard anything about that game since last week, right? And it feels like pretty quick that game is just kind of gone from everybody's collective memory, right? Like day 1, day 2, you were seeing nothing but 20 bomb screenshots on Twitter, and then literally nothing. Like, I don't think since week 1 I've loaded up personally. So I don't know. There's there's Google Trends image out there that shows it like really, really steeply dropping off in interesting kind of mentions in the news and stuff. So I don't know. It feels like the game's trajectory has kind of like, and their momentum has kind of really stopped. Of course, I think it's going to do well worldwide, but I don't know. Like, for the people playing Apex already on consoles, on PCs, like I don't think it was really anything but a distraction. Because I certainly like regular Apex way more than than Apex Mobile. Apex Mobile is fun, but just like it has one map. The mechanics for me are weird. I don't play mobile games at all, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really know if I'm gonna play at all later. I don't think I will. Brayman, thank you for the likes, guys. 8.6K. Jeez, and the cat's saying hello here. I might be able to hear her once in a while. She's just sitting right next to me. All right, so that's gonna be something I'm gonna be watching for the next little bit, like kind of what happens to Apex Mobile moving forward. Like, does it kind of continue to kind of drop off and not really go anywhere, or is it going to just like burst back? Like, what happens if they release a new Apex Mobile, new character that's only like sort of like Fade, but like a new one? I don't know. People might love it. Yo, Cat, what's going on, bro? Welcome, welcome. This is the podcast. This is we just made it through the news portion, and we're just about to talk about some competitive Apex. Yeah, I think we're trying to do one a week, one podcast a week, and I think that's manageable. I just gotta keep myself consistent, not bite off too much that I can chew, and we're good to go. Needs a new map for real, yeah. Like it was kind of exciting to play World's Edge, um, like Season 3 World's Edge for a little bit, but then it was like after a while I was like, I don't really want to. I don't want to play this map anymore. I want to play. I want to play something different, like even Stormpoint would be cool. I understand why. I understand why there's only one map. It takes it like they have to develop it again, basically. But it's weird and it sucks. The only time I really play Apex Mobile is at work, anyways. Would love to be a guest with Raymond at some point. That'd be really cool. Yeah, we gotta figure out a way how to get a lot of people involved in Milkman. Yeah, easy peasy. Like, we can do a co-live, because that's how I usually get people on. Is just we rip a co-live. But yeah, I can definitely discuss that. The ranked even has an RP capped on kills, like in mobile. That's interesting. I saw the like the cards that you can buy with real money to make sure you don't lose RP. Like, that's kind of cheesy. Slacking off playing Apex, sorta, maybe, a little bit. No, actually, funny enough, as I find myself creating more, I play Apex less. I feel like when I'm playing Apex more, I'm creating less, which is not exactly what I want to do. You know, Brayman's always with you. Let's go. We can crank a double. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we'll have to Milkman. I'm gonna message you about that because that's very easy to do. And yeah, we can ask you some questions and do all that. It sounds like probably like if you're around like this time next Thursday, we can definitely talk. Mobile KP cap is 42. It's a lot of KP though. Shark Mobile has a lot of weird rules like that. And I don't really understand also like the perk system. The perk system it weirds me out as well. The fact that it exists weirds me out as well. Like, I don't really understand why that was necessary. But I feel like they're just trying to make people play Apex Mobile, which sort of makes sense. You know, it sort of, I understand why they're doing it. All right, so that's basically the first half of the show, and I think I was fairly concise in what I had to say, and fairly as I'm rambling now, but I think I was fairly neat there. Perks could be busted later on. They need to change it. Yeah, dude. It's like I'll have to maybe like look into it like heavily, but like a lot of them like that I saw like just were like insane. Yeah, that was a weird one. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen. Yeah, I've definitely seen some OP ones. I can't remember any off the top of my head right now, but yeah, the perks. Like, I was like, some of them, I was like, what is this? That's insane. I do, however, kind of wish that they added Fade to our Apex, because that would have been really cool. That would have been really cool. Disaster, bruh. Lag. Oh no. Hopefully the recording of this is okay. We'll have to see. I meant to record this separately as well, but I completely forgot. So hopefully the audio and recording is not bad. But let's move on here. Oh, one more. Bang, she has no audio and smoke. Oh, that's. I don't know how I feel about that. That's weird. So I maybe I just don't like it because it's different, but weird, weird. Um, all right, this is kind of a little bit of a segment I call the competitive corner. I really like competitive Apex and Apex kind of at the pro level and the T1 T2 level. Um, and we got a lot of news. We got a lot of news. Coming out of the woodworks in the competitive side of Apex recently. So the first one is that the ALGS Year 2 Championship was announced. It was already announced. We already knew the date, July 7th to 10th, 2022. This coming, like, what is it? Probably a month and a bit now. But they announced where it's going to be. It's going to be in PNC Arena, where the Hurricanes play, in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I think if anybody's in the area, I think they are opening it up to fans. But I haven't seen any tickets. Like, people are kind of like wondering what's going on. They haven't released tickets, like that kind of thing. So, oh, you switched your other phone. What's up, Milkman? Bang's no different than normal Apex. Just all of Apex. Somebody has that perk unlocked, and it's just affecting all of us. I think probably the biggest news coming out of the competitive side of Apex this week was that Gambit, the Russian esports organization, released their entire roster, and it's not a situation I think where they drop their roster. I think if the Russian conflict with Ukraine does not happen, and visas aren't an issue, and payments not an issue, and EA is an American company interacting with a Russian company in Gambit, that's not really allowed at this point, very successfully. So I imagine Gambit granted these guys their release. They're one of the top teams in EU, certainly one of the top teams in the world. And I think they would have been contesting. I think they contested G2 in. I think they contested G2 in Thermal. What's up, Cam? Mosquito, bro. What is this? A flashback? The podcast? It's actually happening? You guys are saying? I think so. Mosquito. I don't think if they were signed to Gambit, I don't think they would have been allowed in the United States. And there's already going to be issues because they have 2 Russian players and a Ukrainian player as well. So I think Artico is because Hardeki and Leogri, I believe, are Russian, and then Artico is Ukrainian. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I think that wasn't announced as the reason that they were released, but they did get released, and they're going to be playing together on a new roster. I typically hope, I truly hope that they get signed to a North American team, because that would be really good. Dude, seeing those guys in NA and having no visa issues and all that kind of thing, like there's quite a few good NA organizations that could sign him, but there also could be like Japanese organizations, Middle Eastern organizations, like that kind of thing. Hardeki is really good. OG podcast gangs, yes, seriously. Cat, Mosquito, and Cam. This is where it was born, right here, TikTok Live. About a year ago. About a year ago, probably. No, I was podcasting before that. I think I started like in April. Damn, time flies. Mosquito, thanks for the likes, bud. Yeah, so that was one big piece of news, and it was kind of mixed feelings because Gambit's like world class organization, but these guys are also world class talent. So I hope they land with the North American squad. Next piece of news: His Watson was officially signed to Furia, replacing their former IGL and shot caller Tech. And it was pretty clear that he was going to be joining them. He had been scrimming and practicing and playing in tournaments with them for a while since Tech got dropped. And he also was basically the reason why they were able to qualify for LAN in the last chance qualifier. So he's a really good addition. I think he's a top 10 pred, I believe, this split as well. People, what does that mean? Next piece of news, Mutitarium, they're an EU organization that just got basically into Apex not too long ago. They dropped their roster and they announced that they're going to be completely exiting esports. It wasn't profitable for them, and that they couldn't make it work. So they dropped Unlucky and Blasts. FPS Tyler recently left. He left like 2 weeks ago, not 2 weeks ago, like basically 2 months ago, or even more than that. He left to look for team, and then they just cleaned their hands and dropped the rest of the roster and got completely out of Apex, which is unfortunate to see EU teams do that. But Cam, yeah, poor players for sure. But the good thing about that is Blast is world class, and Unlucky is very good as well. So I think they may find a home, or they'll at least find a team to compete with. I think they're no longer making a salary, unfortunately, but very, very good players, and they obviously were good enough to earn the right to get signed. I think so. I don't exactly off the top of my head know who even would be looking to enter Apex. Like Evil Genius. Evil Genius is somebody on the EU side of things who could get into Apex soon. But probably former Gambit team would probably be a little bit higher priority. So I don't know. But there's also new organizations entering Apex all the time, right? So it's definitely possible. Next little tidbit of news on the competitive side is the former W team, consisting of Phonyhead, Fury Sucks, and Scissors. They got signed to Esports Arena. They announced today on Twitter. I saw that, and we all know how the last ESA signing went. They signed, I guess it was what was their name before? Dudes Night Out. Yeah, they're Dudes Night Out, and then they got signed to ESA, and now they are Optic Gaming. So W was a really, really consistent finisher before this, and they're one of the best free agent teams on the North American side of things, formerly Team Vizio as well. Maybe not huge orgs, but the smaller ones or T2 teams can replace. I agree, and one of the things about online tournaments, Cat, too, is oftentimes could be more profitable not to get an org involved until LAN, right? And that team is not going to LAN, so they have probably until January to figure it out, right? The next ALGS will probably start in January. Actually, maybe like September. I can't remember when the last one started. But they'll have some time, and they can, if they're winning tournaments, they'll make quite a bit of money anyways. ESA, you're talking about Optic right now, eh? Those guys been kind of shaky recently. I think that's a little bit because of what happened at LAN. They were kind of I think expected to walk through the teams there, but they didn't, and I think that's that would probably affect you a little bit somehow in the back of your head. Obviously, they're still beasts and probably the best team in North America still, but we haven't had that many North American only teams since LAN, so we'll have to see where that goes. I think they're still fantastic. Thank you for the likes, bro. Thank you for the likes, and we're getting pretty close. And as I say that, I just flipped the page, and that was my last note of the show. The last one I have here is to wrap up the show, and I think that's a pretty good spot to end. I'm pretty happy with how it went. Obviously, I'm gonna have to tear it apart in post production or whatever, but I really enjoyed that, guys. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for hanging out. If you guys have any suggestions on who you would like creator-wise to be on the show, I'll hang out for a little bit. I'll hang out. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying to do a podcast every week. I'm going to be putting it on YouTube, I hope, if it works out. I think it'd be something I could probably do. It's definitely going on Spotify, and they'll definitely get to some people anyways. But thank you guys for being a part of this. I really appreciate it. But this is where I'm going to wrap up this episode of 97.7 The Outlands. My name is Mike. Thank you guys for sticking around. You've been the best. Cut.